In 2023, something unexpected happened during Pope Francis' trip to Hungary. While most people expected a typical Latin Rite Mass with the usual rituals, incense, and Gregorian chant, the Pope shocked many by visiting and celebrating with the Eastern Catholic Church, specifically the Byzantine Rite. And the internet exploded with confusion. People on Twitter and TikTok were saying things like, "Wait, why does this Mass look so different? Are these people even Catholic? That's not how we do it in my church." The vestments were different. The prayers were chanted in a totally different style. And even babies were being baptized and confirmed at the same time. It left a lot of people asking, why are there so many different ways of being Catholic? Aren't we supposed to be one church? Great question. Let's unpack it together. When most people think of Catholic, they picture the Latin Rite, Roman-style churches, the Pope in white, Latin phrases, and maybe even statues of saints and stained glass windows. That's the Catholicism most people know. But what if I told you the Catholic Church is actually made up of 24 different churches, all in communion with the Pope, each with its own unique traditions, prayers, and liturgies? Yep, not one, not two, 24. That's not division, that's diversity. And it's been part of the Catholic Church since the earliest centuries. So why don't more people know about it? Let's break it down in simple terms. A rite is basically a spiritual culture, a way of celebrating the same faith using different expressions. All Catholics believe the same core doctrines, the Trinity, the Eucharist, the authority of the Pope. But how we worship, pray, and celebrate the sacraments can look very different depending on which rite we belong to. The largest and most well-known is the Latin Rite, also called the Roman Catholic Church. But there are 23 Eastern Catholic churches that are 100% Catholic, fully united with Rome, and equally legitimate. Some of them include the Byzantine Rite, the Maronite Rite, the Chaldean Rite, the Coptic Rite, the Syro-Malabar Rite. Yes, from India. Each has its own history, its own saints, and its own liturgical languages, from Greek to Aramaic to Syriac. Imagine walking into a Catholic church in Lebanon, Ethiopia, or Ukraine. Everything looks different, but the Eucharist is the same. That's not confusion. That's Catholic beauty. Now, some people ask, doesn't having different rites create division? Honestly, it can cause confusion, especially if we don't understand the history behind it. But the Church has always seen this diversity as a gift, not a problem. The word Catholic means universal. That means the gospel isn't tied to one language or one culture. Jesus didn't come just for Romans or Americans or Europeans. He came for the whole world. Therefore, the Church must be able to speak the language of every people in ways that touch their heart, history, and heritage. The Eastern rites are not less Catholic. They are ancient, beautiful expressions of the same truth. In a world divided by race, culture, and politics, the Catholic Church quietly holds something radical: unity without uniformity. You can go to a divine liturgy in a Ukrainian Catholic church, attend Mass in a Syro-Malabar chapel in Kerala, India, or join a Chaldean Catholic community from Iraq, and still be fully Catholic. That's powerful. Therefore, learning about the different rites isn't just about trivia. It's about seeing the global face of the Church and realizing that Catholicism is much, much bigger than our personal parish. So the next time you hear someone say, "That doesn't look Catholic," ask, do you mean it doesn't look Roman Catholic or Catholic? Because the Church isn't a fast food chain where everything has to look and taste exactly the same. It's a living, breathing body with different lungs, but the same heart. Therefore, let's not be afraid of our differences. Let's celebrate them. Because in the Catholic Church, we don't all have to look the same, to believe the same.